Mostly everyone in my family origin is dumb and stupid. They're disgusting. Anyways, I'm sticking to that penalty for mostly everyone in my family origin. That steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money and stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. And they're trying to rape me. They're disgusting. They want to try to give the impression de que yo voy a los sitios y los daño. Huh? In 2025, they're that dumb and still I haven't talked to most of them in more than 20 years. I keep myself occupied with opening. So I don't ever feel the need to talk to anyone that I grew up around. They're very gross for the most part. And there are a few, just a handful of people in my family of origin that behave well. And I don't remember their names to protect their privacy. You can give me money in person for PayPal if they are blue sky design skull. And if estoy pensando straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art, shop INTAYIAFA1. Are you all laughing with me? Why is the privacy of the space that you are? At my family of origin, for the most part, thinking that I would talk to them and see videos and pictures of how they steal from me, how they rape my crushes, how they've been planning on raping me all this time. But that's what they use Skype, Messenger, Snapchat, text messaging for. They're so gross. They're stupid. What else? They thought that I would have an audience that would be like, come on, show me how they steal from you. They don't know how to gauge intelligence, those people that I grew up around. For the most part, they're stupid. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. They're still trying for Queen Elizabeth to adopt them. And she's not that. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Damasco. When people said if you want to wear a crown, why don't you just design it? Or buy one and start wearing it? We all do it occasionally. Those of us that are confident. I like hat ears too. What else? Yeah, for the most part. I'm guessing in those places you get up people today frantically like I had an urgent to clean so I didn't have enough food. So what basically Andrew does is he takes footage of my apartment situation that I show live where it isn't clean and he may be like right in the moment showing it to people and saying she's just not well he steals my lunch so I can't even eat. And he steals my homes and he steals my beer. Or get eat things and that's how he can get people's attention. He's the fuck me instead of the planet. No asco. No asco. He's telling me to date him and terrorize my parents. So I can't date for him to do embarrassing so trying to fight for his dad and his mom's attention, hoping that they don't ever compliment me. This is a person of adult and she's still doing that. Ew, que tipo tan fuerte. Ew. And he requires groupies of people that think that they need to take me down to be on Tinder and oh my god, I'm so disgusting. Damn, I'm not. Ew, 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 ew. They don't understand self-love. They don't understand being constant. They're sex addicts and porn addicts. That's why I make those sneakers. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate even if you necesarios no fueron asqueroso. You can decapitate Marino necesarios a tipo no fueron asqueroso. You can decapitate Gmail necesarios a tipo no fueron asqueroso. They steal my money, they get low of me receiving money, they stay in my home, they got my permission, steal my vehicles, trying to give people the impression that I'm a toddler when I did my father exploration, trying to rape me. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. And then they acquire groupies that they're like, we'll help you so that way she's not available to date. So I can feel better about myself. Like literally people talk like that. They're so disgusting. You decapitate you in the legs. So sorry, esa tipa no más. You can decapitate Angela Jams. Esa una cuero asquerosa. You can decapitate Marilis González Soto. Esa tipa una puerca asquerosa. The ugly eye of this post data interpret. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department, and the United States International Criminal Court. Maybe the U.S. Army, maybe the U.S. Marines. You can give me money in person through PayPal. Es buscar designs call, lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY. I entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene dash Lorenzo dash Azevedo. I'm laughing at their me why. While I do this, they rape and they possibly talk about me every day without me being present in their life, without me knowing them, without me not with me not wanting to get to know them ever. Ew. Those people that I grew up around are embarrassing. They thought that I would go on to find out what it is that they say about me behind the scenes. I never think about them. I just bring them up while seeking the death penalty for me. And now that I'm this bored and this poor, I make it public. What else? 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 Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? I miss Jayden and Keilany. They've been separated from me since 2016 with Michael Norman and Octavius raped me. I'm self-employed, so I couldn't find inspiration to work. And I started working at Nordstrom because commission. And sadly, there were like at least that I recognize like 8 people that are trying to rape me. That Andrew Suarez, Aquerosidad, Anthony Capizano on Facebook, ese tipo da un asco. And Andrew Suarez, Basura, Aquerosidad, I put there to intimidate me, hoping that I would move in with him or take him out on a date. Ew, tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. And those people have no goals in life but to follow him porque he's promised them at least one red carpet event that he'll take them to, and they're like, wow, he's so handsome. That I'll like suffer, work at a place that I don't want to work, stalking a girl trying to rape her, just for me to walk a red carpet without her. What else? You can decapitate Kayla Barnes, you can decapitate Sarah Francis, you can decapitate Christy Martinez, you can decapitate Sierra Herrera, you can decapitate Erika Gracia, you can decapitate Rebecca Washington, you can decapitate that Jamie girl, I don't remember her last name. What else? 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 They're disgusting. They think they're proteges of Marilyn Lorenzo, que como si fueran una chiquita. Proteges of what? Their mother possibly taught them manners. They're embarrassing. Some of them are so good. They're like, my parents don't love me. They always require that I do the right thing, and I obey the law, and I don't like that. So they get like in the crowd of drunk people and people that think they're high fashion and they aren't. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo. She rapes people. Oh, she's so disgusting. You can decapitate Yandel Mare if he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, pays people to illegally misrepresent me. They're very low life, they possibly use drugs. And then they want to kill one because one is like the it girl that they can have. And then they pay people that they know are less than them to provide a service for them not to feel bad. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Evelyn de Jesus, esa tipa una puerca asquerosa. Yeah. You can decapitate Sarah Wolsey. You can decapitate who else? You can decapitate Joanna Vargas. What else? What else? What else? They thought that they could traffic me into talking to them by stealing my money, by staying in my homes without my permission, by stealing my vehicles, by getting in the way of me receiving money. And after dating Keilany, they were separated from me. Ew, they thought that I would be like, hey guys, are you so miserable? I can't go on a date. And they'll be like, I just had sex this morning. And I've been daydreaming about you. You sure you don't want to give me that pussy? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. I attend the school with all these people. They're disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. These are now people of adult age. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I only have them on Facebook because I'm seeking the death penalty for them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And Facebook is a networking site, so I was trying to make the FBI aware that those people were getting too close to me and I didn't remember why I need to kill them in self-defense. I don't ever think about them. They're possibly like every day they're like, oye, Arlene está llorando porque yo y Albert nos comemos el todo y el pene juntos. Ha ha ha. They attended orgies decades ago at least. And they gauge feelings of people at the orgies and they're like, those two smile at each other, we must beat them apart. So they're like, hey boy, you want my ass instead of pay me for it? My parents or whoever hosts the orgy are inclusive respect, thinking that those people are gonna behave and they bring in their illegal prostitution business to orgies. They're like, you two, like jump on that guy right away before this girl gets on him next time because I think they're catching feelings for each other, okay? They're embarrassing, they're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. Ew. You can decapite my homies, corazones, sons, that's doing money. That get in the way of me receiving money, that pay people illegally to pretend to be me. They've killed millions of people doing that. They've done something so stupid that haven't been done, possibly ever. Steal the money of just a regular citizen and then try to blame it on me being Latina poor when that's not part of my heritage. My family origin is very wealthy. They're just afrentado trying to know what is it that my parents have that they don't disclose. Son un asco, son metiche. Ew, and he thought that I was gonna take it out. They never. And he's not a man. He's disgusting. And then he would cry. When the illegal workers turned 18, he came up to me. One of them, it was that one, Albert, and said, I regret it. I didn't date you. I thought that the legal processes will rehabilitate themselves after turning 18. Now I just look at the thigh gap and just focus on the, because they have no personality, they're so gross. So they don't even stop. They're disgusting. They're daggers. Ew, 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 ew. He didn't say, I'm not gonna do illegal hookers anymore. Just for himself. He did say, like, if I dated him, even if I didn't move in with him, he would drop all the illegal hookers. What else? That's not enticing for me to take him out on a date. That was difficult. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't like his way of life. I find them incompatible. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They spell out poverty disorders. Yeah. While stealing money from one. While he was trying to address the middle one. What else? 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 They're embarrassed. What else? Illegal prostitution shouldn't exist ever. There has to be some low life that uses illegal prostitutes for. In the meantime, the illegal prostitutes that I cry about them. Like Jayden and Keilany, she stalks me to see if I'm crying about it. Eduardo Vargas stalks me, trying to see if I cry about him. I have no interest in him. He's not compatible with me. I don't do pobreza like he does. What else? 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 They raped them there still, thinking that I'm gonna cry just because I smiled at people at an orgy and I didn't smile at them. They're like, we must keep these two apart. Huh? Then they said to me days ago that he's extremely busy already. Without me asking him for. And the ladies that were cooking for him prior to my birth were the people that had already been chosen for him to date. One of my studies is still rapes him, thinking that I find out like in my spare time. Oh, no fair! They went to the restaurant. It's like when I want to take myself to a restaurant, I take myself to a restaurant. That's why she steals my money. Because she knows that I'm very independent and she's una cámara que se arrastra por pena y vagina, pero una asquerosidad, una puta asquerosa, violando hombres, pensando que yo voy a averiguar a ver qué traje ella tenía puesto cuando lo violó, o qué peinado y maquillaje, porque ellas se peinan y se maquillan nada más para violar. Dan un asco, dan un asco, son una basura, son una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo, que gave John de la baby instead of me. So she raped him because she fakes that I'm a 2-year-old because that was the last time that I did toddler exploration during orgies. And she wants to like literally preserve me as a toddler to try to keep her street cred that she's sexy when she is scum. She is disgusting. She's worse than Momo. And one doesn't even know like if it's on a chair or on the ground because sometimes puppies poop ever so disgusting. Or when birds poop on a chair. And one says, what I want to with the chair. Throw it away dearly. Ew. There's power washing too. There's sanitizing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? La tipa una puerca asquerosa. You can decapitate Jayden Lorenzo Acevedo that raped supuestamente el Irish artist pretending that he's me. They're out of touch with reality. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. I am bored. Dan un asco. They're like, wow, como Arlene ya no va a las orgías. Yo te doy el pene, yo te doy la orina. Huh? They're embarrassing, they're so gross. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, ew, ew. They're disgusting. Mm. You can decapitate Benjamin son Sari mención esto May 28th. I've been laughing at them for the last 5 years specifically. I didn't even remember their names. I know that I didn't go on. Two group chats where possibly my family or origin have them for them to terrorize me. They steal my money, they steal my home, they don't do what I'm money, they steal my vehicles. So I can date, they're trying to kill me, to steal my generational wealth. They drugged me and they facilitated asquerosidad with me. I imagine. Then they record it and then they try to get the impression to people that I'm in a relationship with them when I'm not. They're very stupid. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Then decapitate David Lith's mother raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. You can decapitate Richie Hill that raped me in 2023. You can decapitate whatever it is that raped me in 2016. They were stuff. Vagina pictures, videos of me having sex to get them to la asquerosidad esa Arlene Lorenzo or Jayden and Keilany or María Echevarría González. They stalk me. They're stories. You can decapitate María Echevarría González. You can decapitate Jayden and Keilany. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. Ellas lo calientan, lo violan, pero ahora dinero. And they're like, baby, no me digas, do you have a sex tape of when you had sex with her? Show me it, show me it. Let me see that pussy picture that you got from her. And then behind the scenes, they're like, voy a matar a Lucia, voy a matar a Lucia. Da un asco. Esa puerca Ginny Gendaliri Lorenzo Suarez decades ago. Oh, she stole my vehicles, stayed in my homes without my permission, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. Sentiment is so easy to break your crushes. Huh? She thinks that she knows who I'm in love with at the moment. No one. I'm casual sex only, anyways. I don't make myself available to leeches asquerosidades just because they have a nice penis when they're seeking illegal prostitute como que acquisition asquerosidades like Ginny Gendaliri Lorenzo Suárez que roba, viola, que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, que se roba mi vehículo. Esa tipa es una cuero asquerosa. Esa tipa es una cuero asquerosa. It's like if he has, it's like he's walking with an STD. Of how undesirable he is by doing that. She thinks that that's what makes him sexy, that that's what's gonna make me want to compete and even illegally prostitute myself. Es bruta con cojones. Her dad had told her many times when I was a child. He asked her to kill herself when I was around 9 or 10 years old. How disgusting she is. She invades my privacy and then whoever she thinks I have a crush on, she rapes. Trying to be better than me. That is a person of like, he's already 45 years old. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Es una puerca asquerosa. Es una puerca asquerosa. You can decapitate Jayden and Suarez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez or his sons. That raped me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. They're embarrassing just as her. Just like I don't want her in my life, I don't want them in my life ever. They're disgusting. They facilitate rape, they're disgusting. They want me to suffer for them to become the available date to people. They're stupid, they're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Yandel Malavé if he stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, steals from me, and or pays people illegally to misrepresent me and or has drugged me on purpose decades ago. What else? What else there come buckets? Asquerosidad, illegal prostitute stickers. Oh, no tienen buena autoestima. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel and meet people ideally in our person. I'm excited about that. I'm bored. Anyways, what else? I made a first wish thing. It was 15. What else? What else? What else? A lot of people. May hear through the grapevine. They're like, oh, so that's what happened there in camp in Closeman, Lorenzo and Acevedo-ish. Porque they're worse than those. More and more people say that don't want to let people go out. Like my parents give me free will to do anything that I want. My money gets stolen from me from people. They're stupid. Those people that I grew up around, they're stupid. Ew, 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 ew. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're so embarrassing. They're wishful thinkers. So if they think that one of them let them rape them, they think that's gonna happen. That Andrew guy said to me decades ago that he would record where he put his penis, as if I care. I don't own that penis. It's disgusting. And what he does with the money that he steals from me. That was decades ago. Y él se da más importancia de lo que tiene en mi vida, ¿no? So did we go on to find out what it is that he does? But the money is the was sent to them decades ago. You're probably for someone that won't ever go on to find out what it is that you do with the money that you steal from her. And that gives no indication wants to know where your keys is at. You should do something else with your life, more productive. What else? 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 That was that good. You get the coffee table. We'll see if he stays in my home without my permission. Steals my glucose, gets in the way of receiving money. I'll make me well for it. You can decapitate how many sort of sons that have drugged me and raped me and facilitated people raping me. You can decapitate how many sort of sons that raped me and money that stay in my home without my permission. They steal my gifts. They steal my personal home, personal vehicle. They're so disgusting. Y él se cree que yo lo voy a sacar a una cita. And he's comparing with David Bismarck. Which one do you think that was gonna win her heart? Huh? You're that stupid still? I don't ever plan to talk to any of them. And they confer para las hijos style down to la iglesia católica, de Aguadilla, down to Colegio de Mayagüez. They're like, I think I'm gonna keep trying to bites. They're disgusting. They traffic people into sex. They're so gross. They have a conversation and they finish and they're like, look at that one. She wants you to take it to the beach. Or they're like, maybe I'll take her to the beach someday. Yes. And they bring in new people to the conversation. And then they go on to say to the person next to them, you want to go to the beach with me? And if the person agrees, then that's someone that they're raping and trafficking as a sex thing. So they just use me as a conversation starter. They don't ever have any intention to date me. They're just wishful thinkers that think that I'm gonna be like, oh sure, I'll take from the dirt pile on this. I'd rather be alone. I enjoy my celibacy so much. When I'm finished with Save Our Plan Today, sex to me is like skiing. I grew up in an island where there's no snow, so it's like when I get to it, it gets to me. Good morning. Good morning.
You coming in? Yes. Email that. So email was for everybody on the property. Yeah. Yeah, it was for everybody. No, it's one time. No, you're good. You can go ahead and discard it. Okay, thank you.
Lord, I am shop at H&M today was gifting me money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, that gets in the way. Save money, that steals my homes, that steals my vehicles. Trying to get the impression that I'm 2 years old when I'm not. Embarrassing. They tried to take me hostage for me to not show my independence. They must be mad that I show myself live at the library or shopping or renewing the lease of my apartment. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. I'll say everyone that I grew up around is disgusting. There's like at least 1,000 people. Well, 1,000 people that need to kill self-defense in Aguada, Puerto Rico. That's really overwhelmed, so I'm asking the FBI to kill those people for me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hundreds of them are in my family. So, everybody's. They want to try to attract people that are younger than them to rape. They're so gross. They're worse than illiterate people. People have visited where I grew up in Hong and have met all those people that steal from me that stay in my home homes without my permission. That's the only vehicle that get in the way of everything. Money is out there worse than churches. They have no manners. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. They're embarrassing. They're stupid. And I expose them from this point. And this point, I always expose them. This is not to be mine. Exposing how gross they are. One person is watching one mistake this post. What else? 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 I but I'm financially stable. Plans to travel around the week going to um, what else? What else? Oh, I want to Lexus for myself today. I want to visit the Lexus dealership at the Dominion and the one, all of those. Yeah, awesome. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? I'm more. More complicated. Give me money in services and phone. It's AR this time, this type of time. Code of sickness on the straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo R. Shop INCAYIAFAY. Tire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/web/Arlene-Lorenzo. I want to see Santa's pool. Is a good day to do that. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money? This is so frustrating. The planet wants my family warden to rehabilitate themselves so they stop being so scumbucket. So I have to be patient because people won't give me money thinking like, oh, here, family warden rehabilitate themselves. And it's been already 5 years of me publicly posting. Mostly everyone in my family warden, their neighbors, relatives, and colleagues that have possibly drugged me and raped me, that steal my money, that steal my vehicles, that get in the way of me receiving money, to stay in my home without my permission. They're trying to get me to say I won't ever believe in love again. I won't date guys. Men are so bad. And so are women. So I've decided to be celibate for the rest of my life. How about people be on Tinder and Bumble? And take yourself out there on a date for me. They're stupid. They're stupid. There's the stupidest people that I've ever met. They've been raping for decades. They've been raping for decades. So girls, so embarrassing. If you're not bored, I've posted screenshots on Facebook.com. Slash AI that ever reported to the FBI, to the International Criminal Court, of how people in my family of origin, their relatives, neighbors, and colleagues they even know personality, they're not stupid. Ew, they don't know how to gauge intelligence. They thought that that would attract me to talk to them even more. They're stupid. I never think about them. I just pick them up just to notify the police about it. That's all one does. Like ultimately, they need to stop stealing from me. They need to stop getting in the way of me receiving money. They need to stop staying in my homes without my permission. And they don't get it. They want the police to invent a new system where I have money and they continue stealing from me. They're stupid. That's why they go on saying FBI does nothing. The FBI does nothing. Some of them, like La Cueva Asquerosidad, Ginny Gendaris, Lorenzo Suarez, wants to go to jail just to ruin people's peace of mind in jail. Déjame taught son of the sons that are here selling money. You gotta go embarrassing them. Are sex addicts and porn addicts, so they want to be handcuffed and taken to jail. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Anyways, this is fun. What time is it? I'm heading over to Guadalupe Shrine Church. It's not yet. To get some food and then to Catholic charities. I don't have money for food. I have fees that I need to pay here. A Venezuela is about what, like close to $300. Water, sewer, washer, dryer. I need money for that. My family of origin for the most part because they're porn addicts. They're trying to give the impression that I'm a toddler that doesn't pay their bills on time. So that's why I don't have electricity in my apartment. I didn't think that they would go with a hate crime towards me. They're invaders and they're stuck on that I did toddler installation. In orgies, and that was the last time that I was around them like that because I don't like them physically for me to ever have sex with them, and they don't accept rejection. They rape, they murder, they steal so grossly. Ew, ew, ew. They obsess over one. It's so gross. I don't even want to read it or see it. Even the past 20 so years, they've been on Messenger, Kick, Snapchat, Instagram, through their cell phones, talking about me. Oh, qué asco dan esa gente. I never think about them. I only bring them up right now because I'm a victim of theft, domestic violence, abuse, genocide, and I'm seeking the death penalty for those people that steal from me, that stay in my homes without my permission. I- What I want to tan today. Say my name is Keilany. I missed Jayden. I missed Keilany. I texted him this morning. He loves me to protect their privacy and not contribute to their mind conversations on the internet for the moment. They may choose to ask me to never post about them again. Now that they know how gross it is. A lot of people in my family don't post anymore. That happens. What else? 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 What? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? Yeah, my person. I have to check. And those people still friendly if they hold it. Specifically, pictures of them in my phone. Pictures of them wearing my garments. Pictures of them in my vehicles. They had it all planned. I don't know if they went through with it. I don't know how. According to Andres Suarez, if that's his name, decades ago he said to me that he would take pictures and videos of everywhere that he puts his penis that isn't me, and how he uses the money that he steals from me. Huh? Andres Suarez, huh? Is the tipo un puerco? I don't ever think about it. El Damasco, ew, it's not a man, it's disgusting. Esa da más importancia. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Albert thought that he was gonna traffic me into poverty, into my health decline, and that I was gonna date him. Yeah. Oh, esa gente son unos puercos, son una basura, son una asquerosidad. They don't have standards for themselves. They want to be the prettier one in the relationship. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Yeah, we didn't get it right. The oldest one's threatening the youngest one. Is that Alex 5 years younger? And my brother said that I can't have sex with you. That if you go near me, he'll kill me. Decades ago. And I think Menorito Peroso 9 years younger than me also went through the same. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? That was cool. They're not meant. They're. No, I was good doing that. And I want to visit Formentera with Jayden and Keilany this year and Dorado Beach. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Those people that steal from me. I gotta go with you to see my thought that I would talk to them for them to be like, so you're gonna take your kids to Formentera next year, loser? Oh, you're gonna post on social media next year that you still want to take them. They try to intimidate them. They're laughable. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're stupid. They're stupid. These are people of adult age. They think that their wishful thinking becomes a reality. They're dumb. Ew, 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 ew. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What time is it? You can decapitate other swords, you can decapitate other swords, and steal from me, sitting in my home, so I found my enemies, steal my vehicles. Yeah, it's annoying. One of them is George. Oh, to the left. He's embarrassing, it's so gross. Albert drugged me, raped me, and then took Katie Leon on a date pretending to be me. So he had her baby by 8 years. They're being like, they're just so slow, they don't have a baby, and he was there already. If not, I would have already taken that baby. They're stupid. They think that like, my ovaries would be ready. I'm like, I'm getting pregnant. Like, I didn't decide whenever to have babies. I can make a commitment with someone and be like, do you and I want to have babies when we're older? Older means as long as my ovaries are working. No cuando Albert decida. No cuando Andrew decida. No cuando el Anthony Capisano es asqueroso decida. Da un asco. They're embarrassing. So he had to get raped Katie Leon. Well, he raped me. The next morning, he gave me a morning after pill, so I would have an abortion if I got pregnant. And he said that day that he would have Katie get an abortion. When I talked to Katie one day, I don't know where we were at. at the pool or dining together. I couldn't remember how I knew her. So I'm like, so I would see her. I'm like, why are you in my way? Get out! I'm gonna kill you in self-defense. But we don't say that. So I'm like, how is it they know you already? And hopefully she's not a victim. So those get really scared. She handed over to her husband in a divorce. I don't know, thinking that I was gonna kill her. But our other FBI does it because I can kill her in self-defense. Pero she won't be a victim of it. Like he profiled her at a bar possibly or somewhere and said, I'm just gonna fake that she's Arlene, and she didn't know what she was getting into. Thought that it was like a casting director paid for a day of the shift, and that it turned out to be like illegal prostitution and rape and an abortion. Did she know that going into it? So when I was, I don't know, dining with her, or I don't know what we were doing together, she said that she had had an abortion. Or I think we were in the long. And I just didn't ask much about it. I thought like that one doesn't ask about them. Like maybe she wasn't ready to have a baby, maybe she wasn't responsible. So at the time I thought nothing about it. Other than maybe she wasn't ready to have a baby or maybe she was responsible. Now I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh, she didn't have an abortion after I got returned. And Albert had Acres that raped Katie too. It was like, this is the reason why I'm taking you out tonight to dance. And I'm not dating Arlene. He doesn't need to provide a visual like that. So supposed to when I was very young, I was in a room with him. And then the next day, or maybe that day later, he took me to another room where there was an orgy happening, and it just that grabbed me and raped me. Okay, he doesn't understand no. That when I say no, it's no. People are like, people would grab me away from her and be like, you can't do that to her. He doesn't like you. He did that twice. In his person. So he blames that because that raping me is what caused him to not pursue me. And like seriously, I'm not crying about it. I'm not like, oh no, someone raped me, no, and oh my god. He love of my life, ese tipo un pendejo. What else? That was also saying like I've been seeing him longer, so I'm not gonna pick between you that I just met and it gets that I've already like fucked so many times in orgy. I didn't ask him for that information either. So I'm thinking that that penalty for is it Albert Suarez on behalf of Katie, Leon, Rodriguez, whatever her name is he profiled her and abused her to the point where she got an abortion pretending to be weak. And she is innocent in all of this. I think I can do that because I'm a witness. So I was there and there. What else? I just stay away from her now that I know what happened. I wouldn't ever pursue a relationship with her. I didn't see her basically. I met her with someone. So my apologies to Katie if she's a victim. And my amnesia with her. Okay, you know if people, it's like I wish I could just sit with her and tell her we met before. Trying to do a hoochie frito. Rape us both. She may be with him and already hashed it out to where they're like in a perfect relationship. But he steals from and gets in the way of your pero to their liking, to her liking maybe. It may have gotten like consistent and peaceful. So she may not want to bring up chanchullo cuchifritos that directly. So that she may have been annoyed and be like, this female, I was raped, I had the abortion. And she's the one that's like hysteria and sleeping. What happened that I don't remember? What else? What else? What else? I don't need to go on to find out who my siblings that want to rape me. Then possibly have more options. I feel so bad for her. If she's been in a group chat with my siblings, with them trying to gauge how much I remember about their involvement in stealing from me and having Albert rape me instead of dating me. Look at my siblings want to try to keep me theirs and try to give the impression that I am in love with them and I find them so sexy when I don't. You think that they're sexy here tied to my approval and they're single. What else? You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. Jayden Lorenzo Acevedo. Anyways, I'm in live. I'm heading over to Guadalupe. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Sorry, I need to stretch. Anyways, I have to pay Villa Cycles about $300. Or a little bit more, I think, because my June bill already posted. Let's get the money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else?